What's up? Welcome in to the Cyclone Fanatic After Dark post-game show. Iowa State defeats Baylor 72-69. The score is a lot closer than probably what it really amounts to at the end of the day, but gave up a nice little run at the end there, which something to coach for the week. So I'm Matthias Schwarzkopf. With me is Tom Turner, Austin Keeney, and Levi Stevenson. How's it going, fellas?
Tom, is that a fully lit room I see there?
Yeah, it's all produced by the daylight. So shout out that. Not a new light bulb.
You still
pure sun.
Light bulb?
No, not even close, dude. Not even close. Come on.
Not even close. Did you at least hear back?
No.
No.
I'm trying to be positive. I don't know.
I feel like getting a light bulb change shouldn't have to be this whole like got to apply for a FEMA grant and stuff like that. It's just like
I would agree. Feels like I'm doing like my FAFSA all over again when I was in college. Like just constantly checking my email, be like, did I forget something? Did I file it wrong? No idea.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Is that who cares? We played a basketball game. Tom, have we fixed the light situation yet? That's what the people want to know.
It needs to be fixed before March. That just like smells like bad vibes.
Yeah.
For the team.
Well, I mean, to be fair, one of the first comments were Tom with the light today.
See,
it looks great. We just need to do every show at 3:25, and it looks great.
The people were asking, and they wanted to know, does Tom have light?
Well, Tom has more light than the Hilton crowd today seemed to provide to the floor today. Everything was kind of sleepy inside Hilton today. It seemed like crowd was sitting on their hands. They never really wanted to seem to get up on their feet and cheer until something happened, which ultimately fair, I guess. But student section was a little quiet. You know, it was just all around sleepy day, a sleepy first half effort. Second half, it kind of ramped up a little bit until the last 3 minutes of the game. But at the end of the day, you know, Baylor is playing a lot better than what they have been prior to coming to Hilton Coliseum. And credit Scott Drew. He was running a lot of really good sets to get three-point shooters open, and they were just knocking them down. So, you know,
they were knocking down ones that weren't open. Like
correct.
They knocked down some crazy threes, especially a Carr. He knocked down a few of them.
And end of the day, Iowa State is 21-2, 8-2 in conference play. Heading to TCU after a win, which update on TCU there, Tom?
They just won 84-82 against Kansas State. Kansas State blew a lead, fouled late, and turned it over basically to end the game. Classic K-State fashion.
So Iowa State will be heading
has to say about that one.
Yeah. Iowa State will be heading to Fort Worth after TCU got a comeback victory over the juggernaut that is Kansas State.
So it might not be a bad place to jump in here and just say, I think you got to tip your cap to Baylor first off. They played a really good game, and that final score is so deceptive. Iowa State didn't play a very good game, but they led by 12 points with 2 minutes left. Maybe we'll get into it a little bit. I don't know what the heck happened at the end of the game. I was impressed with Baylor. Iowa State didn't play very well, but Baylor took advantage of it. And then things really did level off in the second half. You saw Carr and Yesafu and Agbim, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Those guys, they were just making everything for like the first 30 minutes of the game. They just cooled off at the end, and that allowed Iowa State to create a little bit of separation. But all in all, I guess I'm a little bit let down. I felt like Iowa State should have played better today. I really felt like Hilton should have been better today. I was disappointed by, especially when Baylor was making that run at the start of the second half. It's like the crowd just had absolutely no juice. So
I was disappointed as well.
Yeah, this might be your PSA, guys. Like we got some big time games coming up, and we got to be better as fans if you're filling up that arena.
That was one of my biggest gripes too, is just with the fans. I had a buddy there that's a Nebraska fan. He happened to get a ticket to the game, and it was his first ever time in Hilton. And he said, "What wasn't great, like throughout the first half. Second half, he said he picked up a little bit, but again, like you're just a regular arena if you're picking it up in the second half in a close game."
Yeah.
Game wise, yeah, I mean, Austin nailed it. Like 3-point game to end it, but like we're up by 12. Like, I don't know what happened. You look at the box score, we shot 50% from the field. We out rebounded them by 11. Like with those materials, like you expect us to win by double digits, especially against a Baylor team that's always known for rebounding, whether who's ever on the roster. But to end the game by 3, I was a little disappointed how it ended.
There's a couple parts of this is like, Toure was bad. I mean, it was just like, it wasn't like he was struggling. He's a bad game. Plata had a couple weird plays. He was like fine in some spots. He was kind of weird in some other spots. This was the first game that Milan Momcilovic from the 3-point line specifically was kind of a non-factor. He was 2 of 6, which I mean, like that's like a normal human being shoots in a game, which is, in Milan terms is he basically didn't do anything from the 3-point line. I mean, he still had 21 points, 5 rebounds, and assist, only 1 turnover. So like he played a good game. But he wasn't 5 of 9. He wasn't 4 of 7, whatever. He was 2 of 6. So like the difference there in a 3-point, even if it got weird at the end, a 3-point game with a normal Milan Momcilovic 3-point output, that 3-point game turns into a 12-point game pretty fast. So I mean, that's part of it. I mean, I would say survived a game in which Toure was straight up bad, and Milan Momcilovic like scored but did not do a lot from 3-point range. So I think I don't think it's like, I don't think that's we should gloss over it. It's not his worst game on the season from 3, but like in the last 2 months, it's pretty much his worst game from 3. But
I think something to highlight is it was one of his worst 3-point shooting games, even though he went 2 for 6, which is crazy to say.
I want to make it clear, I'm not bitching on Milan Momcilovic.
No, neither am I. But I think it's great that he had this type of game where early he wasn't able to get it through. He got one that kind of jumped us up a little bit, but he finished with 21 points. And I said in the Slack, like his driving ability, the way to find lanes, it's way better this season than you saw from the past 2. It's great. He was able to force a couple fouls. Like, you just saw it. Like in the NCAA tournament, there's going to be games where you're off a little bit when you're facing guys that are athletic as Baylor and have that size to contest, which rarely comes along the games with Milan. Like he still got 21. He's still able to get his own. It was great to see. I mean, like 2 for 6 obviously sucks. I don't want to see that anymore from him, but the ability to get 21 is crazy for him when he's not hitting from 3.
Do you think
it's amazing? It's amazing that you're like, you better not fucking do that again.
Yeah. Don't shoot 2 of 6 again. He shot.
It's awesome. Like 2 of 6. I'm like, you're a disgrace.
Shot 33%, and fuck that guy. Get him out of here.
Yeah. So his other worst game of the year was against Baylor. Funny enough, down in Waco, he was 0 for 3. So like, do you think Baylor did something with him?
So they've got something. They've got some sort of game
size. Like they can at least contest them a little bit with all their height they have.
He missed a couple open ones today, too. Ones that you wouldn't normally expect him to miss.
And actually, the one he drained early came off of a very clearly illegal screen by Blake Buchanan.
No, Scott Drew, he was all over that one.
Yeah.
He got the customary tee that he needed to yell at the ref about that.
King Trelot, we got a super chat. $5. Can anyone go into the Jacobson building to look at the trophies? And is the Kelderman guy related to CF Donor? First one, yes. Anybody can walk into the Jacobson building. I don't know if it's any time of the day, but yes, you don't need like special
when they're open.
Yeah, when it's open, you can go in. Is Kelderman related to the CF? Is he talking like is Cade Kelderman related to like Kelderman Manufacturing Kelderman? I don't know the answer to that.
Let's just say yes.
Does anybody know that?
Let's say yes for the plot.
We'll just say yes for the plot. Yeah, we'll say yes for the plot. I don't know if Keeney's deep into the Kelderman family tree or not, but
I can't say that I am. That's probably a question for the regular CF post game show.
I would guess CW probably knows the answer to that question, but I couldn't tell you.
I gotta say Kelderman's not a very common last name, so it'd be kind of funny if he wasn't.
CW said they are not related somehow, per Lance Armstrong's left nut / Tom's mustache.
Well, that's my number one source of information.
I mean,
I've never seen him get any information wrong.
He's been pretty much. Andrew says he's not. Okay, there you go. He's not related. All right.
I mean, if you want to put your face and ears anywhere, it's right next to Lance Armstrong's left nut.
That's where I would,
Guys, is this a safe space to talk about Taman Lipsey? Because he made me feel things today.
He was fucking awesome.
Dude, that was an unbelievable game by him. And I'm giving him my player of the game award. I don't know if we're going to get to that at some point, but like his hustle plays, that like the 2 offensive rebounds, he got his own missed free throw. Then he chased down a 3 from the other side of the court. even when Iowa State was starting to pull away late, and he is diving headfirst out of bounds to save a ball that Baylor still ended up with. He was all over the place. I loved it. I thought that Taman brought the energy that we needed today.
Austin's acting like we get to player the game before we get sidetracked. That doesn't happen.
Yep, I'm trying to keep this thing on the tracks for the first, couple minutes, and then we'll talk about
player of the game doesn't happen until an hour and 10 minutes into this.
Yeah, that's what grabs us back into talking about basketball. This player of the game.
Guys, I'm rusty. It's been a couple weeks since I've been on one of these. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But he did finish with 4 turnovers, but I can absolutely excuse them for the effort that he gave on the boards. I mean, he was unbelievable. It was there was like you said, that one play where he missed the free throw, got his own rebound, got another rebound, and then Milan missed a wide open 3 right after that. Yeah, that was a weird
Baylor
sequence,
Baylor did a
it wasn't. It wasn't a missed open 3. It was Joshua Jefferson with his only turnover of the game with the ugliest shit of all time. Just losing the ball while he drove into the paint randomly.
There has not been a shotgun yet. We'll whip that out eventually, but Baylor did a really good job of blowing up the high ball movement from Iowa State today, which a lot of people are saying. I've seen it in the chat here, sloppy turnovers. Which yes, some of the passes were lazy and things like that, but Baylor did a really good job, and not just on blowing up that, but just everything else that they did today. And I'm not going to go into February 7th and say that, a lot of this is cause for concern. Just Scott Drew really is a good coach and knows what he's doing. Like, he's going to have his team prepared, and they're playing better. So, take this game for what it's worth. Iowa State did get a win, but, Austin has said it. I think we've all said it at this point. Baylor just really did a tremendous job today with everything on Iowa State, offensively and defensively. And gosh, and Fireside, you're right on it. I said this after the game on Sunday on the post game show. I was really, prior to that Kansas State game, hoping for a bye week to kind of get Taman Lipsey rested up and some other guys sitting for a little bit, but I was kind of worried about the whole week-long layover before playing another game, and Iowa State certainly came out of the gate in the first 4 minutes with their hair on fire, but then they seemingly fell back into that rut of prior to that 4-game winning streak of doing some of those stupid things, and it didn't necessarily bite them in the ass, but it definitely looked like they had been off for a week.
So here's Baylor put the blueprint out there for how to beat them. There will be better coaches with more guys that watch this game tape pretty close. I think that's a fair point, but having game tape on how to do something and having the guys to do it are 2 different things. Not a lot of teams have Baylor's length. Baylor's not as long as they have been in the past, but they're still they're physically a little bit different team than some other teams that are going to come up against. I would say, maybe Arizona can look at that because I think they've probably got the length to do something like that. But, BYU probably doesn't. BYU is probably not going to look at BYU's defensive tape or look at Baylor's defensive tape and say, okay, this is how we're going to attack Iowa State, because they just got they have different skill out in the wings. They have different size, stuff like that too. So it goes both ways.
I don't know if you're talking about defensively, how you defend Iowa State's offense, but if the game plan is making contested 26-footers on offense against Iowa State, not a lot of teams are going to be able to do that.
Yeah, and they're not all going to catch Iowa State coming off of a week-long bye, basically. They're also probably not going to catch Milan Momcilovic on a 2 of 6 night from 3.
It's the bye, and we also haven't had any game pressure in 3 weeks. We just
blasting people.
Every game we played for the last 4 times out was over by the first media time.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Trax, did you miss the last 2 minutes because you were leaving Hilton Coliseum early, or did you just really have a stroke?
I mean, the bigger problems is if you're leaving the game early. What are we doing? It's not.
I saw people on the camera. I saw
stay
them
for the game.
running.
I don't. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Why are you paid money to watch the game? Why are you leaving early? I understand now if you have children and there's a problem and you need to get them out, that's completely fine too.
Yeah.
But
if
Trax
you're there, so
Trax
does
have he has young
kids. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Now we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. But I just don't understand leaving Big 12 conference game for those people not tracks.
Yeah, my theory is the answer I've always given people for that is like I watched too many years of bad. I think it was for football. It's like I've watched too many years of Iowa State football to leave when they're winning by 4 touchdowns or something like that.
There you have it.
See,
Tom,
there we go. That's good
yeah.
communication. That is my bad hand up.
Yeah, fuck Tom.
But I mean, like to go away for the game for a second, like Hilton is one of the best arenas in college basketball. I think it's top 3 easily, and you can get into number best. 2. Yeah, but that's the thing. You shouldn't have to say at its best.
Right.
Nobody ever says that about Allen Fieldhouse. Nobody ever says that about Rupp Arena. And Rupp Arena is led by the old heads. Like their student section is not that good, but they got ball knowers in the stands. And
they also have 10,000 more people in the stands than Hilton.
That is correct. Yeah. But you can go the same with CHI Health Center. Their student section for Creighton is awful. It's half of the basket, and it doesn't even go up all the way. It's just filled with donors and old heads. And guess what? They come to support. Again, Omaha, there's not a lot to do there besides the Creighton games. But you can say the same about Ames, Iowa. Like, what are we doing? Like,
there's plenty to do in Omaha, Tom.
There's more to do in Omaha than there is in Ames. Let's be honest.
I know, but the point I'm trying to get at is like, a lot of it has to do with the student section. Like, student section needs to be better.
Oh yeah. When they first cut to the game at ESPN, they showed a shot of the student section. They all looked. They were just kind of standing there, like, and I was like, that's not great. I don't know. I remember like when Austin and I were in school, like during early Fred Hoiberg days, like you were there and we were all, I mean, granted, we were all like probably half drunk too on a Saturday, but like, I mean, I don't know. This is me being like, get off. This
be
is
an old head. Let's go.
This is some get off my lawn bullshit. But I'm just going to say that, about 10, 15 years ago,
we were born in the darkness, molded by it. That
was a funny impression.
These youth today don't know what it's like to live in the darkness.
Kind of.
We're spoiled now.
Kind of. I mean, yeah. I mean,
hey, that upper deck of Cyclone Alley was half full too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That. I mean,
guys, Taman Lipsey is a senior in an all-time program great, and he's got 5 home games left at 4 now after today. Get out and support him, man.
Also, it's a top 10, top 5 basketball program right now. Like we were
Act
putting
like you want it.
I mean, we're
fighting for a 1 seed. We're fighting for a Big 12 regular season championship.
This isn't Deontay Garrett and Jake Anderson just try harding it to lose by 5 against Oklahoma or some shit. Like it, I mean, this is a legit, like, maybe national title contending basketball team. Like, I can't even imagine on a Saturday, fill that bitch to the rafters. I mean, I don't know. Tom knows about living in darkness.
I mean, I graduated a little under 2 years ago, and it was great. You had to get in line early, very early, to get a spot. But there was a lot of people that came out. It was almost full every time. That was 2 years ago. Now, again, that was the first 3 years in the Yachts era where the hype was starting to build.
Well, let's be honest; it'll be full for the Kansas and Houston games. But let's not be fair weather on this though. It's kind of
Baylor is not as sexy of an opponent as it used to be, but
no, my upset, like my anger with it is everybody talks how good Hilton is. I am one of those people, but you shouldn't have to say at its best. You shouldn't have to say, oh, when Hilton's on, it should be on all the time. Like there's no reason that it should ever like be off unless we're getting blown out by Kansas State like last year. Then the crowd's going to be upset, But and then there was a little bit of the games today. Iowa State was just they missed like 4 or 5 of those shots in quotes that could have just blown open the place. There was a huge crowd pop on a Milan 3. I'll give credit where credit is due. But it just needs to be a little better going forward.
It needs to be more consistent. Like it needs to be less. We've got to wait for something to happen for us to get loud, and more of like we start loud and then if shit goes down, if shit goes down, we they quiet down like any arena. But like when you get to Allen Fieldhouse, you don't have to wait for something to turn on Allen Fieldhouse. It's just on. Like it's just always going. Yeah, Travis said the elite venues are always loud, and we had multiple silent defensive possessions, and I don't know what you got to tell the students to get them to get back engaged the way they were, 10, 15 years ago, whatever it was. And like where you're camping out 8 hours ahead, 8 hours a day.
Tom's got it.
Free breadsticks.
There we go.
So I've thought about this for a while now. The makeup of the Big 12 is different, and there's just way too many schools, so our schedule's unbalanced now. Like
that, and you lost some like bitter opponents too.
10 years ago, when you had the guaranteed home and home against everybody in your conference, like every game meant something. Yeah. There was no UCF's bad example. They're pretty good, but like Colorado sucks, and they're coming into Hilton, and it's like, how do you get yourself up for this? But
and part of
like we're just making excuses.
But like back then too, back then too, you also had guys that stuck around 3 or 4 years. Like you don't like the George Niang Buddy Hield matchups do not happen anymore. Those just don't exist.
Well, and like, we have Taman though. We have one of those guys.
We have one of them, yeah. And that's I totally agree with you, Austin. It's frustrating that students won't get out there to be like, literally one of your fellow classmates is out there busting his ass, and he's one of the best players in school history, and he's a local kid. He's got 5 games left, and you're just not out there. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's a different world, but I get why it's hard to get up for a Baylor team that you don't necessarily recognize all the players on because you haven't seen them half a dozen times, and like you don't have the like. It was fun to beat Texas when they came up not because they were like some elite basketball program, but because they're Texas. You just like beating Texas at stuff. Like you like beating Oklahoma at stuff.
Oh, here we go. Now I got something that's gonna get Tom's blood boiling. I think it's part of how scripted the game day environment is. I know the bills have to be paid, but a lot of those breaks actively suck the air out of the building.
You want to get me going about something?
Fire away, Tom.
I worked in the video department. I clicked the juicy button a couple times. I worked the Jumbotron my years in college. It is very scripted. It is very, very scripted, even with the floater media timeouts where you can move some ads around in case, there's 11-0 run, the crowd's popping. Hey, let's go to Sandstorm and write the juicy instead. Oh, let's hit up the band. Why not? Let's get the band a couple songs in, playing the fight song 20 times during the game. I mean, you got to pay the bills. I understand it. There's a lot of like minor things that if you fix them a little bit, Hilton, you wouldn't have to say when it's on. Some of that would be the band taking them down 3 or 4 songs. Even just everybody loves the fight song.
But even
do you need to play the fight song 40 times in the game?
Fucking
like
no. God just deletes beers, man.
So fast. And then also one thing, speaking of beers, I feel like a couple more students would go to the game if they could have a couple brewskis with the bros.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. If they sold beer at Hilton,
yeah.
If they sold beer at Hilton, it'd be a different environment. But I see people making the right comment here, though. Is that like even through media timeouts, even through some dumb, the band going through half their fucking library or whatever, like Allen Fieldhouse is still loud. Like, and I know for a long time, I know for a long time, Fran Fraschilla said like it's 1A, 1B for Allen Fieldhouse and Hilton Coliseum. And I think for a long time that was true, that Hilton, because Hilton was like on all the time and it was, there. But I think you can like right now, you can draw a very clear distinction between the two right now. And it's disappointing because it falls back on the students like 100%. The old heads that have been going there since the 90s, that they're not any quieter than they used to be. The students are quieter.
Going back to the game with this comment.
Yeah, we got to get
moving into the top 5 or
another Tom, by the way. Everybody's named Tom.
Oh, shout out
Thomas for the 199.
I don't think maybe top 5, but seed line no. Illinois plays Michigan State, so you got to wait on that a little bit. Because Illinois is ahead of us right now. I don't think UConn's loss will drop them. Like it's not a bad loss.
Very far.
They have a chance to revenge it too later in the season, maybe more than once. So like it's still a little too early for that, and I don't think we'll pass UConn, and Illinois plays later tonight, so that's a little too beat.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in between now. Obviously, there's a month until basically Selection Sunday, right? And Iowa State in general, or for the most part, has a lot of high profile games left, and so does everybody else. So, and I think we said it 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, whatever it was, that there's going to be a lot of jockeying here with teams that are going to be, like a UConn losing to St. John's. Michigan's going to play some better teams. Arizona has a pretty tough schedule coming up. They could drop one or two.
I mean, Houston, Kansas,
Kansas. I mean, there's a lot of movement on that AP top 10 for that matter, that people are going to go from 2 to 6, 6 to 2, whatever it may be. So as fun as it is to talk about seed lines right now, I just don't think it's worth the discussion a whole lot.
Too early.
A little bit, but you can kind of get into it because the top of the country is so elite this year. Like there are 8 to 10 really good teams, and somebody's going to get kicked down the line, and every loss that you have hurts you in a big way. So like, if we come out and play sloppy and lose at TCU on Tuesday, yeah, it's fair to say you have to do so much work to build yourself back up. We lost the Cincinnati game when we were number 2 in the country, and we haven't been able to climb our way back till like right now. Bracketology's kind of got us in that 1-2 sort of gray area, but we went from surefire 1 seed to 3 line and a slow build back up just by dropping 1 game. So they all matter. Like,
absolutely.
You look like deeply into that Cincinnati game, and it's a tough loss and not a great loss. But if you look just on the outside of it, when you're comparing with other 1 seeds, it's a bad loss. It counts as 2 losses. Like it is so tough to jump a 1 seed with that Cincinnati loss.
Austin says can't trust a guy named Austin. I did see a comment up here earlier though about Jamie never allowing beer in the facilities. Per Brent Bloom a few weeks ago, that may not be true.
Go back and watch the post game following the Kansas game if you want more information.
You're gonna make somebody sit through that after that loss?
Yes.
Come on.
If they want to know,
if they want to know the beer situation, then they can go back and watch it.
By the way, if we're wrong about this, at Cyclone Fanatic is who you need to yell at, not After Dark.
No, specifically at Brent Bloom.
At Brent Bloom.
It's Brent Bloom.
Jake Brand. Yep.
It's actually, it is actually at Jake Brand. It is Jake Brand's fault, as is any mistake made on this show. It is directed
really anything like bad that happens the rest of the way for Iowa State is Jake's fault. I mean, he did say that going to Allen Fieldhouse was not going to be a problem.
Cakewalk.
Yeah, he said it was cakewalk.
He said they were basically a Division II team.
Yep.
Yeah. I believe he predicted I think he predicted like a 40 or 50 point win at Kansas. Yeah, all bad things go to Jake. Anything good Jake does can come here.
If you watch the movie Armageddon and the dumb scientist that is on there, that's Jake Brand.
Dumb scientist. Which one?
All of them.
So NASA.
Yep.
So Jake's NASA.
Yep. Oh, but the bad NASA.
I forgot to look at where we were before, but I don't think Mr. Pomeroy liked that performance from Iowa State very much. I think we dropped.
I would doubt it. Yes, I would doubt it.
I also didn't realize that Baylor only played like 7 guys, and that NBA player played 8 minutes off the bench.
Yeah,
because one of their guys had foul trouble. It's like they just basically rolled 6 guys out there, and that was it.
I was looking at these. I was looking at game scores, and it's very clear like distinctions here in game scores between like who played well and who didn't. Interesting enough, Taman only had a 10.9. I would assume his 4 turnovers probably dropped that quite a bit, but 10.9 feels like you were selling him short a little bit. Joshua Jefferson at 13.1. Mila Momcilovic at a 16.5. Then it drops on to Blake Buchanan's at a 6.1. Killian Toure at a negative 0.3. Some would say
not a great day for him.
Not great for Killian Toure. Nate Heisey at a 6.6, Jermaine Bateman at 0.1, and played a 3.6.
Austin, I saw your comments earlier here in the chat that the game pissed you off and that you lose hope in this team as the week goes on. I would say you should just stop saying that because this team certainly is very capable of making the Final Four. So, although, as we've seen in many NCAA tournaments, anybody can lose on any given weekend. So I don't think it is as dire as you are portraying it in your noggin right now.
I mean, you got to remember that when you're in the tournament, once you get to the Sweet 16, especially now with NIL, where like the talent is floated towards a top grouping of teams. Once you get to the Sweet 16, you're playing a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
And with how the seeding is now, you could, I mean, like if I was seeds, let's say I was seeds a 2 seed in the Sweet 16, they're playing what, the 4 seed. So like
last time we got there, we played an overqualified 3 in Illinois who had the best offense in the country, and we lost a 1-possession game. Like that, that's just how it happens in the tournament.
Yeah. So I mean, it's once you get to the Sweet 16, you're playing against a good basketball team. It's not like anymore. It's not like you're running into like a 12 seed Loyola Chicago coming in and you could theoretically just blast them because they're actually just not as talented as you, type of thing. It's
take that back. They made a Final Four run.
I know. That was
they did more than we did.
Yeah,
that specific example wasn't great.
Terrible.
But you get some of the like St. Peter's, like when St. Peter's made their little run or whatever, and then they got smoked.
Some might call that a big run.
I do want to backtrack real quick when we're talking about game scores. I'm surprised Bateman's wasn't very high. Maybe he didn't play a lot of minutes. I actually thought he did a pretty good job. Defensively, made a 3.
Believe it or not,
had a couple of nice rebounds.
He's a plus 16 on the plus minus.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was really effective when he was out there.
He finished 1 of 4, 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 rebounds, a foul, and a turnover in the 13 minutes. He was plus 16 in 13 minutes. I know plus minus is a very like flawed stat, but like, you know, a plus 16 in 13 minutes is a pretty good number.
I think we've been on the record on this show before that this basketball team is certainly capable of making major mistakes. So I'm not sure total Dragon Mania.
Yeah, if you want to be talked off the cliff, like our 2 starting guards went 0 of 6 from 3. As a team, we shot 28%. We had 13 turnovers, and we won. So like that, not exactly great there. Like obviously we did out rebound them by 11. We shot 50% from the field, but like with all those bad stats, you're still winning the game. You're still up by 12 with 2 minutes left. Like, team's pretty good to have those qualifications.
And they only really landed like 1 kill shot, didn't they? Like just the one to go up to 12. I think they landed. They're like, that's like a kill shot. But like, I think that's like their only one of the game, wasn't it?
I apologize, Total Dragon. That's on me. That's on me.
Oh. Yeah.
I just yelled at him. Now I feel bad. I blame Jake.
Yeah, I mean, if you're I mean, your 2 guards, I mean, Taman was good. Torrey was shit. Nate Heisey like did some stuff. Actually, the one of the threes that Nate Heisey hit was clutch as hell. We needed a bucket really bad.
He's looking good because it's not just his regular corner 3 either. That's a little off to the top. Like that's not an easy shot.
He was off on the wing on one of them.
Yeah.
His shot is sneaky quick. Like he's got a fairly quick release. I like it a lot.
Baylor only had 9 turnovers today. I want to throw that in there too. Like
that's another
uncharacteristically, we didn't force very many turnovers. The last time that happened to us, we lost to Cincinnati.
And we out rebounded Baylor by 11.
Yeah, but we got what?
They didn't get a lot of defensive rebounds because we threw the ball away a lot.
We got 14 offensive rebounds, and I think only 9 second chance points. So there's another thing that wasn't great either today. And then also the technical by Scott Drew, we didn't really capitalize off that. We turned it over right away after that. So that was kind of disappointing. And ultimately,
we made the 2 free throws. Come on.
Okay. Well, we still got the ball right back, and then we handed it right back to him. So, free throws, biggest concern. We have to be better there.
Jefferson went 2 of 6.
We in this group here have labeled 70% as the mark. We're at 63% today.
Not good. Yeah, I mean Jefferson went 2 of 6 from the free throw line. When you get to the line as often as he does, 2 of 6 is just not gonna cut it.
How worried are we that Yomark is going to move the Big 12 tournament to Vegas? Well, until 2031, I don't think we have to worry about it.
No, we were kind of tossing around some ideas of what this big announcement on Tuesday is supposedly going to be. It seemed like we were starting to circle around the drain in some with some sort of like format adjustment, whether it's or format adjustment or doing a rev share, kind of like the tournament in Vegas, something like that. It seemed like we were kind of circling around that. I don't know if anyone had suggested anything else.
You can't. I mean, they have the deal signed unless like Vegas is like paying, which they certainly could because they have done that other. They have done it in other sports.
Other sports, yeah.
Yeah, but they will. They have the money to do
For
it.
pro sports, they will, yeah.
No, they'll do it for anything. They don't give a fuck. Them in Saudi Arabia will. Like we
Yeah, I was
might
gonna
be
say,
playing
maybe the tournament's going to Saudi Arabia, not Vegas.
Yeah,
That's where all the Chicago parking meter money is going.
We might be playing the Big 12 tournament in Saudi Arabia before long. Who knows? But Vegas will certainly do that. But I highly doubt that they would for this.
We're gonna get like an Iowa State UCF game in Abu Dhabi or some bullshit.
But when the Big 12 does go back to, I'm assuming they negotiate these rights with the city's sports commissions or whatever it may be. I would imagine that Vegas is going to throw the hat in the ring, which is still in many ways does not make sense for the Big 12 to even be in Vegas. I mean, it's past Utah.
It's close to Arizona and State. That's like,
nobody else.
So we're catering
to
to
that argument that
like,
Kansas City is only close to us, Kansas and Kansas State. So
it's a lot closer to a lot more other people than it is
that is true. But if I'm doing the devil's advocate thing, it's like Kansas City really benefits 3 schools and really 2 because K-State doesn't have basketball fans.
Yeah, and like it's a lot closer to Oklahoma State. Texas Tech is also closer to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I just kind of have that 0.01% that makes me a little worried about something because the announcement is supposed to be good for the players and also fans are going to be like, it's going to be an enhanced fan experience. And Kansas City, you can't beat what you already have.
The Vegas thing is entirely driven by the former Pac-12 fan bases and really almost entirely Arizona fans specifically because Arizona State is by far the worst basketball program in the conference and they have no fans. To the point where their coach complains about not having fans, and BYU, I can't see their fans campaigning.
I don't know what year it's going to happen, but I almost guarantee they're going to try it 1 year in Vegas, and they're going to immediately regret it.
They may try it, but like when you take away like I don't know it's in Kansas City because the biggest fan bases in the conference. Basketball fan bases in the conference are right there. And it's also the 3 programs, the 3 closest programs are also the ones that have been in the conference since 19 or whatever the fuck. Like they are legacy Big 6 schools from way back in the day.
The only thing I want to say, like enhanced fan experience is money. Like, do fans care if the winning team gets NIL money? You're not going to pay fans to go to games, so I don't know how that fits together.
All right, Austin, as a rite of passage of you being, since this has evolved since our last month, the rite of passage is being AI'd. So
I don't even know what's coming, but I know he got AI'd.
Terrified.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious!
Oh my god!
Wow.
This is
that's My Chemical Romance. Austin Keeney, if I've ever seen.
This is how you know you have made it.
Yeah.
So there you have it. It's fantastic.
Who are you? Who did that?
I can tell you, but I cannot.
Niang didn't break his leg.
Is that better or worse than like Tom as the Avatar, the Last Airbender? I don't know.
Avatar Tom is high comedy. But
it's not great.
It's pretty fucking funny. Especially
because all right. I've looked at that on the screen for too long. Can you take that down?
Well, you don't like seeing yourself as a goth baddie?
Not particularly. That's funny.
Goth
Thank you.
Smash.
Smash.
I think I tweeted it out like at very early this morning because I couldn't get back to sleep, but Vegas sucks. I would really like to not have it there because the town sucks. I've been there a few different times and I'm going there again in May. And it's not because I love Vegas. It's because I can spend the entire weekend in the convention center and interact with none of the rest of the city. Vegas is expensive. Way. It's not even just like expensive. It's like triple the price of anything else you would get comparable in any other city. And you walk around, it feels just like this dystopian wasteland everywhere. I don't know. I've never been to Vegas and left being like, oh, that was a fun, enriching experience.
Yeah, I feel like if you're there for conventions and stuff, like you have your group of people, like you could
just
just
stay
stay.
there.
You stay wherever the fuck you're staying at and have a good time, anyways. And which is like literally all conventions people go to, anyways. But that's just more so you're like, hey, I went to Vegas, yeah, and what'd you do? I just stayed at the convention center.
Yeah, I mean, I saw enough shit on the streets during the 2022 UNLV trip. I saw enough weird shit on the streets. I'm like, I don't need to go back to this place.
This is a good point. Has an enhanced fan experience ever cost fans less money? No.
It's all just it's more opportunities to spend a lot of money. And if it's Vegas, it's going to be triple the price of what you would spend it the same thing anywhere else.
I mean, has anybody really ever seen when the Pac-12 was really hot and heavy, like the Pac-12 tournament being full in Vegas? The answer is no.
I can understand and not empathize with them. I can understand the plight of Arizona's fans specifically because they're probably going to win their first Big 12 title this year, and they are a blue blood adjacent basketball program, and their fans travel. They have a good fan base. Like their fan base and their home arena is every bit as on par with Kansas and Iowa State and all these or whatever. Like Houston, Houston's is kind of up and coming, but like I can understand like they don't want to go to the Big 12 tournament where they can win that thing in a year. But it's loaded with Kansas fans or Iowa State fans. I get that. Specifically for Arizona, I understand where you're coming from. Literally any other fan base, miss me with the whole fucking thing. If an Arizona State fan tried bitching about being in Kansas City, shut the fuck up. UCF, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear any Utah. Utah loves to talk about dumb shit. Shut up. I'm not listening to a Utah fan about putting the goddamn Big 12 tournament in Vegas. Shut up. Like I'm not. That's a dumb argument.
Look, does
The
this
last
mean
youth that mattered was Will Clyburn?
I'm not going to do anything with a belly button lit on camera, but like if we win like the national title in the post game show, I'm going tarps off.
I thought you were gonna say the next game. Damn.
Listen,
No,
I've long thought about this. Well, like what we would do. Here's a great. I asked my mom this yesterday. Let's say in a hypothetical. Let's because we were getting
Levi's mom has got it going on.
So we were talking, and I was like, let's say ISU is hypothetically in a national title winning scenario. Any sport, pick a sport, like that.
Soccer, got it.
Well, okay. Pick one of football, men's basketball, and women's basketball.
Okay.
Especially let's say especially football or men's basketball, because that's one where you're like the whole fan base is thinking about it. Not that they shouldn't be for women's basketball, but do you go to the game to see it in person, or do you hang back and try to watch it with as many Iowa State fans as possible?
Well, considering that the Final Four is insanely expensive,
so it would be to go to the national title game.
I'm afraid to say it because I'm afraid that it just curses anything. I feel like if you go to the Final Four, if Iowa State makes the Final Four, you got to go. How many chances are you going to get to that? Even if you don't go to the games, hang out in the city.
What if it's in New York? What if it's in Orlando?
Okay, then I'm not. Sorry.
What if they put this in Memphis?
What's wrong with Orlando?
Look, man, Beale Street.
What do you mean? You just ask what's wrong with Orlando, Tom?
A lot is wrong with Orlando.
The whole damn city is wrong with Orlando.
Have I been to Orlando? I'm trying to think.
Apparently
Where is
not,
Disney
otherwise
World?
you wouldn't
What's
be
the
Orlando?
Oh, I've been.
Well, Disney World is in Kissimmee, Florida, not Orlando.
Well, okay,
It was solid. I think
My
there's a lot
bad.
of alligators.
I could throw a rock from Orlando and hit something Disney.
There's nobody on this planet besides UCF fans that likes Orlando. And I'm not sure UCF fans like Orlando.
But I went as a junior in high school, and like as a junior in high school, like for it to only be okay, I feel like it's bad.
If any one of us was going to ask what the hell's wrong with Orlando, it was definitely Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Tom doesn't know anything about stuff.
It's true. It's been a tough week for the Tom Brady.
Oh man,
it's been tough. But I did know you said something earlier, Levi, and I actually knew what you were talking about. It was like I don't think it was like actual history, but I was like, I know that. And I forgot what it was.
I'm fascinated to know what this was.
Doesn't
Yeah.
even count.
So like I
But,
referenced something and you're like, I know what that is.
Yeah, it was something. But anyways, back to your question of where would you watch it? I'd probably go to Ames, in my opinion.
I think the Visha riots are bad.
In my head, I'm young enough to go back, like 2 years removed. I think this is the last. And my brother goes there right now. He's a junior. So
I think the litmus test for this is in 2016 when the Cubs won the World Series, would you have rather been in Cleveland or in Wrigleyville?
Wrigleyville.
Well, I had no money,
Obviously.
so I couldn't,
Let's say you could afford to go to Cleveland. You can afford. Would you go to Cleveland or stay in Wrigleyville?
I would have gone to the game.
You would have.
If money wasn't a consideration, I would have gone to the game.
I respect that. I think I would have been with Matthias in Wrigleyville if I was a Cubs fan, but
hell of a party.
Not.
I was in a high wire act that you're dancing there because if you lose, it's the worst experience of your life.
That's
if you lose in Wrigleyville, there's a bar right across, a bunch of bars right across the street. Just drink the sorrows away.
Yeah, like if you go to the game and you lose,
but is like if you are at the game and you win, is the high enough higher than being like in Wrigleyville? Or if you're an Iowa State fan, is the high of seeing the win in person in San Antonio, is that up there? I don't know. Where's the Final Four this year?
Indianapolis.
Is seeing it in Indianapolis higher enough? Is the high of that higher enough than watching it on the big screen in Hilton with a full crowd?
Let me ask you this: since we're in Indianapolis, is Mark Sanchez around? That's an important question.
What a crazy ball.
So I do feel like if you're there, you're not the only one there. You know what? Ban him from the chat.
I hope this is a fellow Cardinal fan.
Well, sucks for you, Total Dragon. They won
10 years ago.
They still won.
I think that high is high enough because you're not the only one there. There would be plenty of Iowa State fans there with you to go hit the town afterwards.
See that, and that's my I think the way I approach this is I think I would want to be with as many friends and family as I could, like specifically like friends and family that like friends like us. Like I would want to be with as much of like our group as I could, and like my immediate friends and my family. Like because if we're ever lucky enough for it to happen, I'm immediately weeping. I am crying.
I'm telling you what, if they win a national title in any sport, I can have a hell of a party right back here, and I don't need to be anywhere.
Matthias is just partying in his garage by himself.
I do think Levi's onto something. I think it's with the group you're with. Like, if I'm with my boys in Indianapolis and, like, we got a good 5 or 6 of us, like, that is going to be a great time.
Sure.
But also, like if you're at the game and if you're sitting next to people that are so annoying and just, like, they're not going to ruin it. They're not going to ruin a national championship viewing. But, like, to have the effect when I could be, like, at a bar or just in Ames watching on, like, a huge screen somewhere. Right. There's too many variables. I just don't like
if you're in a national title game or something like that, what if you just got plunked next to a bunch of fans of the opposite team? Like, that sounds terrible. You're celebrating alone.
It is a good question. I truly think it's like 55, 45.
I've thought about
go to the game.
I immediately started thinking about this in 2020 when Iowa State had like this real outside possibility of making the playoff. If they'd won the title game, they probably would have been in the playoff. That was COVID, so you wouldn't have gone to it. But like that's where that originally like started up in my brain is like, okay, so if this happens, what do I do? And I think I've settled on I would want to get as many like of my friends and our guys and all this. I'd want to get as many of us as possible either to the game or to a bar in Ames or Des Moines or something like that. And we watch it there, probably Ames, so that you could go out on Welch because Welch would be fucking incredible after that.
Probably not because the students wouldn't show up.
I do love that this conversation started with a 3-point win against Baylor.
It
was 12 with 2 minutes left, but this was really funny.
Yeah, now that we talked about that, we're going to lose to a 15 seed, guys. So
it is what it is. That's if there is no more pure essence of being an Iowa State fan, then I don't know what there is. That's true though. If we do ever end up in that situation, and we are all together or whatever in Welch or in Sci-Town or something like that, Matthias has to have the car with him so he can wear the car. Yeah,
Dude,
that-
it's insanely hard to like know where you're pointing when you're looking.
it is. I get because I try pointing this to this AHF poster once in a while and I never get it right.
Tom. I got that one.
Oh fuck, Tom.
Tom's up above me.
It reminds me of that one video of it's like all the singers in the grid and like Usher.
Jackson, you were late. The shotgun has already happened.
Yeah, you missed the shotgun, but do it again. You missed it.
Fuck.
Get up.
Again.
Do it again.
Ow now, brown cow.
But do a vocal warm up for it.
All right. What else do we got, guys?
Let's see. What do we got next on the schedule? We're TCU on Monday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday
TCU Tuesday.
down in
and
Fort
then
Worth.
Kansas.
I'm not looking forward to watching that game on TV because TCU's Florida is an abomination.
That's just like watching the Big 12 tournament, you know.
What if the enhanced experience is Yormark saying, you know what, we heard you, that court last year sucked, and we're going back to a normal one.
What if they revert like all the way down and it goes to like the Celtics parquet floor or some bullshit? God,
So fast.
fucker gets
There
it
it
down.
is.
For
There
people
it is.
just listening, he just shotguns ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that dude can delete a beer. I hope one of these times he doesn't. He just fucking like it goes on the wrong thing. He just yaks right on the floor. We just see the puke fly in the camera from off cam from like stage left. Be fucking hilarious.
Is that a record?
You'd actually time it at 2.63.
It's pretty good.
That's cooking.
I don't know if this means
Toe reveal.
Show the piggies, Tom.
Yeah.
Show us the
Yeah.
piggies.
If we're one seed, I'll show my toes.
All right, so one.
Okay.
So if we get to 1 seed, Tom.
showing
There's
toes ain't
stakes
that
on this.
bad, right?
There's real stakes on this now.
Showing toes
So
ain't that
1
bad.
seed, Tom's going to show his toes. If we win the national title, I'm going tarps off. What else we got to add in here?
Austin, what are you contributing?
you
You have to do your makeup like the AI image.
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
That'd be funny.
I can't get my hair long enough to do the cut like that though.
He could get a wig.
A what?
A wig.
Oh,
I was accidentally doing the bit, the Lord of the Rings, do you wear wigs bit? I accidentally started doing that.
I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Is this a good time to say that Lord of the Rings sucks and I'm never going to watch it?
fuck you, Keeney.
I
Shut
know.
the fuck.
I was
fuck
like-
you.
Look, I got to do my duty as a father
That's-
here soon, so I can't stay forever. But I did want to just throw a
Shut the
bomb
fuck
before
up,
I
all
leave.
ass no breakfast. I'm not doing it again.
Listen, he didn't get to see it. Go do it.
No.
He didn't get to see it.
I didn't see it either. You have to do it again.
Hot tub stream might be tricky logistically because I don't own a hot tub, so I'll have to go like sneak into
Hey,
someone's
proposal.
hot tub.
I was thinking about this, and I'm gonna turn this to the masses here of our chat. So we had been toying around like
Going around.
no pun
like
intended
Tom
for
after a
Tom's
onesie.
toe. We've been toying around the idea of like doing like game watches, like while we chat, while like we talk about the game as it's going on, which I think all of us kind of agreed like that. Not the best thing for us all to do because we all just want to enjoy the game. But what if we did a live stream, which we can't show it on the screen here,
Did
but
it in Discord.
no, just do it on YouTube, but Selection Sunday.
Oh yeah, Selection Sunday stream. I'd do that. That'd be fun.
So I'll leave it for the chat. We'll do a live Selection Sunday
It's
broadcast.
disgusting.
Oh my god. But we'll see.
I would love to do a
Lance
game
Armstrong's
watch,
left
but
nut. I don't know if I can put that on screen.
What do you say?
Disgusting. Oh, he gave you an AI image, and it's of your belly button lint.
What a dick.
It looks like half a sheep. Can you see it?
What the
No,
fuck
I'm
is
not at
that?
Discord right now, but
It's fucked up.
okay, here we go.
I'm pulling it up.
Somehow my head got even bigger.
This is disgusting.
But yeah, Jackson,
Jesus,
something like that. Oh
It's
my!
fucking nasty.
And now we're off the track.
It looks like you're wearing it looks like you're wearing a kilt made of only a sheep. That's disgusting.
All right. Before we got Steve got some news for us, so I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
What's the good news, Steve?
Yeah, Steve, we need the good news.
I also saw your tailgate on the Twitter. That was pretty dope.
Man, shout out Steve. That's awesome.
That
Our
looked
fan base is
fire.
something else.
That looked cool.
Yeah. Tailgate and basketball games should happen more often.
Well, it's also like -40 out half the time, but apparently in Iowa terms,
I wouldn't have taken you for a coward.
it's 40 degrees in Iowa now, but then you get to New York and it's like -5 and wind chills are crazy right now. So they can have it.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Steve, what are we doing here?
Shout out.
Can I borrow
we collected
$7.99 for a light
$293. I
bulb?
want to give you as a welcome to CF gift.
You got to deduct some of that for Tom to
Yeah.
get a light bulb for his
Can I
apartment.
get-
Tom's got.
I need a light bulb.
The problem is, does Tom's apartment complex SWAT him if he gets a light bulb?
I'm scared of them.
Well,
I think there's a chance.
Like a Navy, like SEAL Team 6 shows up and takes Tom down if he changes his light bulb.
I think if I unscrew the thing to get to the light bulb, there's a camera just waiting for me.
You know what, Steve, we really appreciate that. It'll be going in the beer money.
shout out Steve Kemp.
Steve Kemp rules, man. That's awesome. Thank you. Damn. Hell yeah, Steve Kemp. Tom just buy a house.
It's so simple.
Yeah, it's
that
so simple,
easy.
right? Yeah.
It's that easy.
293 towards a bookcase and new books for Tom.
Yeah, Tom, we can expand Tom's library. Tom, do you got, because you've got like a couple books back there, don't you?
Yeah. Add to it.
Have you added any to it recently?
No. It's still Packers book, Yankees book, March Madness book, baseball book, 2 Sports Illustrated. I have a Sports Illustrated one here somewhere. It's of the 2000 team with Pfizer on it. I don't know.
RIP to an institution.
All right, guys, I have to run because apparently I'm going to some party thing. So you guys want to finish it out, go ahead, but go for
You
it.
got a party to go to?
I guess.
Matias has more friends than us.
Are you gonna get slammed at this party?
No, because I have to drive 30 minutes back.
Why don't you shotgun a couple more beers before you drive?
I mean,
The
I'm
chat
just
didn't get
riding
to
in
see
the
you.
car.
The chat did not get to see you shotgun. So
They're gonna have to imagine it. We'll see if we get that W at TCU on Tuesday. We'll get another shotgun going.
if you don't get on that though, if you don't follow through on that, someone's gonna AI you doing a shotgun. It's not gonna be pretty.
I can only imagine. All right. Well, I'm out of here, guys. You guys can finish it up and upload this thing when you're done.
Oh, yeah, we'll get it figured out.
Toodles.
All right. I think I've got what I need to. I don't know.
Have you said your piece, Keeney?
I've said my piece. Students, show up to the next game, please. And Tom, I don't know, man. Do you want one of us to call your apartment manager for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you guys the number. Put the number on the screen. Chat. Call them up.
Yes.
Just have the
Yeah.
chat bombard your apartment complex. I think surely that would get him to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean they probably get mad for putting up their.
What are they going to do?
number.
Not change your light bulb?
Probably put in a bad light bulb.
A bad light bulb.
I don't know.
What
Oh,
does
I
that even mean?
remember. I remember what you said. It was talking about Saudi Arabia owning the parking in Chicago. I knew that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, Tom. When was the War of 1812, and who fought it?
It was in 1812. I hate that you put me on the spot for this. It was in 1812 and it was between England and America.
All right. Good job, Tom. I gotta go, guys. This was fun.
All right. Yeah, we'll wrap her up. Thanks you everybody for watching this episode of the CF After Dark post game. I'm Levi for Austin and Tom and our now departed friend Matthias Schwarzkopf. We will see you guys all again on Tuesday after the game. Well, actually, first we will see you Monday night for the nightcap, and then Tuesday night we will see you for the post game after the TCU game down in Fort Worth. So everybody, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you then.